we're here at Mad Collab Studios. My name is Val Mohney with the Huckleberry Press. We're all part of the Spokane Small Business and Entrepreneurs Group. If you want to find out more about MadCo, or you want to find out more about the Spokane Small Business and Entrepreneurs Group, you can go to #SpokaneBizClub. And thank you, Nick. And as always, we're talking to a local business leader and a local Spokane artist leader who right now we have in the form of Kelley Hudson.
Hello, friend.
Yay.
Nice to see you.
Well, I'm delighted to be doing this with you. I've known you for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yep.
So I'm excited to learn more about you. We have a little clock we can watch it. So when it hits about 20.
Got it.
22 probably. So how long have you lived in Spokane?
It'll be 3 years in October.
Wow. Where'd you come from?
I moved here kind of inadvertently from Copenhagen, Denmark.
How did you get from Copenhagen to Spokane?
We had this little pandemic.
No.
Yeah. I had a temporary visa, and because they are like a socialized healthcare system, they did send me home.
Okay.
To get sick here.
Hopefully you didn't get sick.
I did, but not at that time. No, it was much later.
All right.
And I'm good now. So I'm good.
So how did you get started in your art career?
It's kind of complicated. My dad is actually a mechanical engineer, and when I was younger, he was going to college to be a drafter, and he actually taught me how to draw when I was very, very young. I was about 5 years old when I started drawing, and then I started painting when I was about 10, and I've been in the art industry pretty much my entire life, save the few college jobs that I had to get myself through college.
So are you saying that the standard career path didn't work out so well for you, and being an artist was your true expression?
I did try the standard career path. I tried to do like museum work, be a docent. I even tried restoration sciences, failed chemistry miserably at least 3 times. So I felt like the universe was telling me that I needed to be an artist and just stick with it. I did photography for a while. Photography paid a lot of my bills. And then when the pandemic happened, I wasn't really able to do photography because I had to get so close to people, and I have a child who's immune compromised. So I started drawing again and painting again, and things just picked back up. And it's just been like a rolling ball my whole life.
How do you see yourself as an artist? What is it that you're expressing through your art?
Right now, I want to say that I'm expressing things that I see in my everyday life. I am working on some interesting pieces of my dishes. My daughter is definitely in my acrylic paintings, which are not present. I do a lot of landscape work.
Yeah, this is her art here.
This one of a neighborhood in Copenhagen, which I very much admired. And then this is like the 3rd day I was living in Spokane, is that one. So I don't really know what I'm trying to reflect other than things that I see in my daily life. I genuinely enjoy sharing what I see every day.
What is your motivation? What do you love about what you do?
That's a good question. I don't think I can do anything else. I don't think I'm good at anything else.
That's valid.
I've tried other stuff because being an artist is very difficult sometimes. Emotionally, it can be very hard. Financially, it's miserable. But honestly, I have tried a lot of different stuff, and I just keep coming right back to it. It's just always waiting for me. Like, you good with your break? You ready to draw again? So that's sort of how it's been.
How is it emotionally challenging?
It's emotionally challenging in that for example, I spent 4 months working on this one, and it sits in your house, and you put it on the internet or you put it in a gallery, and you are hoping for a positive response. But what if they don't give you a positive response? What if you don't get any response at all? What if the algorithm hates you that day and you sit there and you just beat yourself up about it all the time? It's an emotional weight. sometimes that is very difficult to move through. But then someone does buy it, or then someone does like it and tells you that they like it. And then that's just like so much good fuel for that fire. And it just keeps you going.
Right on.
Mhm.
Well, what you do is such a huge contribution, bringing more light and color into the world.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
If you could wave your magic wand, what would be like the perfect art career for you?
I just want to paint all the time. My regular work schedule is at minimum 8 hours a day. I'm really strict about my work schedule, and I work at least 5 hours, 5 days a week on that schedule. So if I could do that and get paid to do that, I would be thrilled. That would be my dream come true.
What questions do we have for Kel from our live studio audience?
Okay, so I see that both are kind of like architectural.
Mhm.
So is that kind of the vein that you like to stay in, or what is your favorite thing?
Yeah,
I-
I'm going to restate the question for the microphone.
Sorry.
So the art here is kind of architectural in nature. Is that one of your favorite lanes, or what do you like to paint the most? Right.
I spent a lot of time in my youth drawing people and painting people, and I sold a lot of work of people. And then I decided to do photography, and I spent a lot of time with people doing families and babies and weddings and marketing and all that stuff. And then I think I may have gotten tired of working with people. And so, and that's not to say I don't like people, y'all are great. But I did find peace in the repetition of just drawing things that were not moving. And then when I moved here, I was drawing that one on an airplane. And the man sitting in front of me turned around and asked me where I got my coloring book from. And I was like, it's not a coloring book, it's my sketchbook. I hate to fly. Flying is the worst thing ever. And this is how I calm myself. And he spent the entire flight talking to me about making a coloring book. So then I came back to Spokane, and I ended up getting funding to make the Spokane coloring book. And so now I can't stop drawing houses, and I can't stop drawing buildings. It's like just something that I have to do every day. And I mean, I like people, but like there's just something peaceful in doing someone's house. There's actually a person in that house. So it feels really, I don't know, it's calming, it's soothing. It feels so good. I can't explain it.
So where can we find the coloring book and all of your art?
Yeah, where can we find your Spokane coloring book and all the rest of your art?
You can find, okay, so the Spokane coloring book is a heavily localized book. It's not on Amazon, it's not on Barnes & Noble, and it was printed here locally on Washington paper. I'm weird. And so you can find it at Auntie's, the Mac, Wishing Tree, Garland Mercantile. I'm missing someone.
Page 42 bookstore?
No, not yet. I gotta call them.
Emily Peterson, we can hook you up.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Done.
But and Terrain from here. You can get it at any of those local stores. You can also find it on my website, SpokaneColoringBook.com, but I highly recommend patronizing our local businesses because they get at least 40% of every single one of those sales.
How do you know you've had a good day doing your art?
Every day that I get to work for at least 8 solid hours, I'm good. I really like am very grateful that Spokane has given me the opportunity to become an artist again.
I love your dedication. I don't know how it is for most artists, but I kind of get the feeling like they do it when they feel like it, and when there's something bubbling up that they have to get out. But you have dedication and purpose by doing it 40 hours a week, come hell or high water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's commendable.
Thank you. Thank you. I worked in my studio was open I was working 40 hours a week when I was doing photography. So dude, that pandemic was long. And I had nothing to do. So I was like, I just sort of flipped it. My work schedule stayed the same, but it went on paper instead of on my computer.
Right on. So how do people find out about you and your art? So do you have a website or Facebook
I
page?
do. It's Kelley, Kelley, Hudson, like the bay or the river.com. But I will be here tomorrow at the Mad Collab Makers Fair,
Oh yeah.
which I highly, highly recommend everybody come because the artists here are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Please come. When is it? We started at 11? Is it 11? Yeah, 11 to 5.
We should say it again. So tomorrow, catch me if I'm wrong. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Mad Collab Studios on Trent in Spokane is what's it called?
Mad Collab Makers Fair.
The Mad Collab Makers Fair. Come
Right?
one, come all.
No, what's it called?
Mad Magic Market.
Mad Magic Market something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying. It's long and my brain is squishy like a hacky sack.
Well, we got you. The important part is tomorrow at Madco, everyone in Spokane is going to be here, including you.
11 to 5.
Yes.
11 to 5. Yeah, you can. SpokaneColoringBook.com.
Right on. Kel, thanks so much.
Nice to meet
You're
you.
an inspiration. Thanks for
Oh,
everything
thank
you're
you. I
doing.
appreciate that.
Thanks for
Thank you
being
so
here
much.
and being with all of us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yay. Oh, I've been reminded. So how you can find the Huckleberry Press is you can go to huckleberrypress.com, go to the locations tab, and it'll show you well over 300 stops around the whole area. And none of this would be possible were it not for the Huckleberry Press advertisers that, well, make it possible. So thank you for advertising the Huckleberry Press. Thank you to our live studio audience. You have to know that your presence here makes all the difference. So thank you very much. And yay.